Welcome back, folks. And you know, if I'm sitting in the hot seat here, we're either going to be talking about weather or Disney or food or barbecue. Barbecue is what we're talking about again today. And that always makes me happy, and I'm very happy to have a couple guests here today. We're going to be talking about another barbecue event coming up this weekend up at the Phoenix Club, the Kansas City Barbecue Competition. I have two guests here that are involved with that, and very happy that they could make it here. First we have Henry Silvestri, and you're one of the event coordinators for this. You do barbecue events around the area.
Absolutely.
And we have Andy Soto here. He's a barbecue champion. We have something in common. You remember a few weeks ago we had Harry Sue on, and we both taken his class. Now, I just barbecue at home, but Andy here, he's a champion, actually went to one of the biggest, well, the biggest competition, I think, in the country, the Jack Daniels, and we're going to be talking to him as well. First, let's talk to Henry here. Now, this is one of the, is this the first time they've done this up at the Phoenix Club?
First time in the Phoenix Club, yeah.
Yeah. And for those of you who are not too familiar with the Phoenix Club, it's been around, I don't know how many decades.
Yeah, at least 70 years, I think.
Its background, I think, goes back to the early days of, you know, Anaheim was founded by a lot of German immigrants, among others. But that's what the Phoenix Club is all about. They have one of the largest Oktoberfest month-long there, obviously in October. A lot of events up there. It's not far from the Anaheim Pond, really. It's you can to park by the Anaheim Pond, you'd actually take the same road. But let's talk about this barbecue competitions that's coming up.
Okay, it's basically this Saturday and Sunday. It's kind of a unique competition because we're having a competition on Saturday and we're having a competition on Sunday.
That is unusual, yeah.
So it's a double whammy on the weekend. And so we have teams from all over the country, including Pig Skins Barbecue, which is third right now in the world rankings of barbecue,
wow.
KCBS, coming down from Iowa to hopefully take some California money home.
Yeah, and you just mentioned something, KCBS sanctioned event. This is, of course, I think if I'm not mistaken, and Andy, you can tell me this, there's basically almost like two tracks or two tours, the KCBS and then the people who do Memphis in May, and they have slightly different rules.
Right.
And they both, I don't know, do they both lead up to the Jack Daniels?
No, they're all separate events.
Okay.
What we have is there's what they call the crown jewels. There's Jack Daniels, Memphis in May. There's the Houston Livestock. There's the American Royal.
Right.
Those are all the tough ones to get into and win.
Yeah.
Those are the ones where the cream of the crop shows up and competes against the world's best.
Right. And I know there are differences. For instance, in the Memphis in May, you're partly judged on your booth, so to speak. And they may have different, I think they may have different criteria of what you need to cook. I think they might do whole hog there, I'm not quite sure.
Correct.
Where the KCBS events, they don't come out to your booths and get to know you. It's just strictly what you turn in that white box. Tell me a little bit about that, and how long have you been competing?
Professionally for 4 years.
Okay.
Doing the all four meat categories. What we do is we do chicken, ribs, pulled pork, and brisket. So each meat is hand selected, hand trimmed, hand seasoned, slow smoked up to 12 to 14 hours.
Yeah.
And then what we do is we select our best cuts, our trim off of that, and make our presentation boxes and turn those in for judging. That gets judged on four criteria: appearance, taste. Three criteria: appearance, taste and tenderness, and taste and tenderness.
And you know what's amazing with this is that you know, I know this. I haven't been in competition, obviously, but I took Harry Sue's class where you learn about that. And it's really amazing that, you know, you're cooking a brisket that starts out to be about 14 pounds and goes down to probably about 10 or something. But you're just taking the very select slices and turning them in. You arrange them artfully in the box. And you do a lot of stuff that you wouldn't do just for your friends at home. You might cook it the same way. But tell me about some of the techniques that you use when you turn in that box. Because if you've had a chance to watch the Barbecue Pitmaster show, which is on, is it Destination America? It's a new channel. Yeah, it's an offshoot from TLC and Discovery Channels and all. It's quite interesting what they go through to turn in these boxes of food.
Right. Brisket will hand select a brisket looking for marbling is the importance. Size is the importance. Once we find the right brisket, we'll take it down. We'll trim it down to exactly how we like it. We'll pre-size it to fit in the box. Once it's ready to go onto the smoker, before we do that, we inject them. Usually 6 to 7 hours ahead of time. Once it's injected, we let it rest. Then we'll season it. Some teams do one seasoning, some teams do several seasonings. Once all that's done, then it goes on the smoker and it's slow smoked 11 to 12 hours.
Yeah, and there's many techniques. As they say in barbecue, there's no right, there's no wrong.
Right.
It's kind of like, it reminds me of anything that's sort of creative or artistic. Everybody has their own way of getting to the final product.
Right.
And I know when speaking with Harry is that you cook to please the judges within that area, not to please you. You may do a style of barbecue when you're in Memphis or Kansas or Arizona that you personally may like, man, I don't like it this sweet, I don't like it this spicy, but this is what it is in this area, this is what I have to cook to.
Right.
Which is really, you've got to change your techniques around.
We do. Different areas, different geographical areas, we kind of figure out who the judges are in that area and what they're going to like, because not all the judges like the same thing in different areas.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll go sweeter, sometimes we'll go more savory, sometimes we'll go both. Sometimes we add a little different smoke, a little more, less smoke, more smoke, different flavor smoke. But it's all basically cooked to the exact tenderness we like.
Yeah.
We want it to feel right. We want it to be just cooked properly. And
A lot of work goes into it.
it is a lot of
It's
work. It is a lot of work, but when the end result is you score some good scores on your meats, it's all worth it.
It is.
It's
Now tell me something about the events. Do you primarily, which you do, your company here, just barbecue events or all different kinds of things?
We can do all kinds of things, but we're primarily doing barbecue events right now. We just finished Pechanga Resort Casino last weekend. We did a $15,000 payout there. We're doing
Wow.
a $10,000 payout at the Phoenix Club. We have Golden Acorn Casino coming up in August. We're working on Prim, Nevada, and a couple other areas to widen the sport of barbecue in the West Coast.
And it's become, very, very huge. I mentioned this when I was doing the weather this morning, that barbecue is huge business, not only for people like me that cook at home, it's gotten much bigger over the years, but these competitions, due to things like the TV show Pit Masters, but of course the Food Network and all this, over the years, these competitions have become huge. It used to be kind of a niche thing that if you were outside that realm, you wouldn't really hear about them much at all. I think people heard about Memphis in May. That was really about it, because it's also a lot of things during May. They do a music festival and all that. But now, these barbecue competitions have become big money, and a lot can be won here, and it's really, as we've seen sometimes these people like Myron Mixon and all that come out with the books, and that book wouldn't sell at all if people didn't know who he was and been watching these shows. So it's really led to a lot. And bringing it to the West Coast, I know California's a little behind here, but there's a lot of competitions going on in this state.
Yes, quite a bit. Now, I'm up to 10 by myself now.
Wow.
Out of the 13 that they do in Southern California, 10 are my events. So it makes it a lot of fun. The other thing is, barbecue has been around for a long time,
Yeah.
and 3 out of 4 households have a barbecue grill in their home.
Right.
So we're still scratching the surface of what this can become in the next couple of years.
Yeah, and I think what you're seeing more and more as far as the home cook goes is really they're beginning to understand the difference between grilling and barbecuing. Most people just call it barbecuing, and now you're really seeing that these people understand that there is a difference to indirect slow smoking, and many people are buying these smokers. Some are inexpensive, so you can get elaborate even at home, and trying out these different techniques instead of just trying to throw ribs on a grill. They're smoking them. They're bringing in what they've seen on TV. They're going to classes like what Harry does, and it's really expanded what people are doing in their appreciation. And also you're seeing more barbecue restaurants opening in Southern California, which, this really hasn't been a hotbed of barbecue down here, and I'm glad to see it.
Yeah, in fact, you just mentioned something that's kind of interesting. The Rub Company, which is one of the cooking teams that's going to be there in the Phoenix Club, they have their own rubs, but they're also opening up their own restaurant here in your backyard.
Are they really?
Yes, I think they live in the Buena Park area, and it's going to be somewhere around here.
Oh, that'll be great.
Yeah.
Now, Andy, we know that most of you people who compete have other jobs, have real jobs, you might say. It would be nice that's all you could do. What do you do?
I'm a trade show manager for Simple Green.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
my day job, and
I have it at home. We all do.
luckily I got a great cleaning product that cleans up my mess at the barbecue contest.
Yeah,
so.
that's what one of the things I use it for is that. So are they still out of Huntington Beach?
Yes.
They are.
Yeah.
A good Orange County company.
Yeah.
And after this event, where do you move on to?
For another event, we go to the Golden Acorn Casino, August 11th.
Okay, so here it is, the Kansas City barbecue competition here. No, it's not in Kansas City. It's up in Anaheim at the Phoenix Club. The Phoenix Club is located right just north of the Anaheim Pond, and it's really on the corner of Ball Road. And is it called Phoenix Club Drive?
It's Phoenix Club Drive,
Okay.
and the actual address is 1340 South Sanderson Avenue.
All right. So I'm going to be up there. I'll be up there on Saturday, and I think the cost is about $15 for adults.
$15 for adults and $5 for juniors. Kids 12 and under are free.
There you go. Lots of music, lots of fun, and I'm sure there'll be tastings of barbecue.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
And I'll be up there. I'll come by and say hi to you. I'll
Thank
say
you.
hi. I think Harry's going to be there.
you, yeah.
Are you going to be up there too?
I'm going to be there too.
All right. Gentlemen, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Folks, we'll be right back in just a moment.